Hi everyone, this is Ramalinga Prasad Kuppa. Welcome to my channel Pharma World. Today's topic is Uniformity of Dosage Forms as per USP Chapter 905. Uniformity of dosage forms establishes the consistency of dosage units for the APIs used in the dosage form within a narrow range around the label claim. This is not applicable for suspensions, emulsions, or gels in unit dose containers, which are intended for external administration. Let us go into details. What is uniformity of dosage units? Uniformity of dosage unit is the degree of uniformity in the amount of drug substance among dosage units. The degree of uniformity is derived by the statistical evaluation of the data from the set of 10 tablets followed by another set of 20 tablets if necessary. The purpose of this test is to establish the consistency of the content of each dosage unit, which contains an API or combination of several APIs. The test is applicable to all the other APIs present in the dosage form individually. The consistency should be within a narrow range around the label claim. The narrow range is not an arbitrary value set by the manufacturer. It is derived by the statistical methods. This test is not applicable for suspensions, emulsions, or gels in unit dosage containers. There is a potential for the segregation during manufacturing and storage of the suspensions and gels during transfer and transportation. That is why this test is not applicable for such cases. Uniformity of dosage form can be demonstrated by content uniformity CU test or weight variation WE test. So the uniformity can be established by either of the content uniformity or weight variation test. The CU test is based on the assay of the individual content of drug substances in several dosage units. The CU test and the calculations involves to the assay of each individual API in the dosage form. CU may be applied in all cases. The first requirement is that all the dosage forms must pass the CU test. The weight variation test is applicable for certain types of dosage forms. Also, the CU test is required for all dosage forms not meeting the criteria for weight variation. So there is a link here. If weight variation criteria is not met, it is necessary to carry out the content uniformity test. Content uniformity CU test. Not fewer than 30 units should be selected for this test. That means you have to take randomly more than 30 tablets and select 30 out of that sample lot. Mostly the pharmacopoeial test method is used for assay determination. If different method is used for CU test, a correction factor may be necessary. In majority of cases, the compendial method is used for assaying the content in the dosage form. In such cases, there is no correction factor required. Otherwise, it is necessary to establish the equivalency with an established correction factor. As say 10 units initially for solid dosage forms and liquid or semi-solid dosage forms. So the first step is to assay 10 tablets or dosage units and calculate the acceptance value. Calculate the acceptance value by the following formula: m minus x bar plus ks, where m is reference value and x bar is the mean of individual content in percentage of the label claim, k is the acceptance constant, and s is the sample standard deviation. The calculation given is simple to understand. Reference value m is applied case by case. If the target value is less than or equal to 101.5%, the condition is that if x bar, the average content value of 10 tablets, is between 98.5 and 101.5%, m value will be equal to x bar value. That means the acceptance value AV will be equal to the product of K and S. If x bar is less than 98.5, the value of x bar is subtracted from 98.5 and the resultant value will be added to the product of K and S. If x bar is more than 101.5, the acceptance value x bar minus 101.5 and the resultant value is added to the product of K and S. Similar calculations if the target value is more than 101.5%. M minus x bar value will be positive in either case. K value will be 2.4 for stage 1, that is 10 tablets assay, and its value will be 2.0 if it goes to the stage 2 of testing another 20 tablets. Acceptance criteria: assay 10 units individually by a suitable approved validated method. If the acceptance value is not more than 15.0, that is L1, the test passes to the requirement. Let us see the acceptance criteria for content uniformity. If the acceptance value is within 15.0, the test passes. If not, it is necessary to go for further testing of another 20 dosage units. If the value is more than 15.0, carry out the assay for the remaining 20 units individually. If the acceptance value of total 30 units, that is 10 plus 20, is less than 15, that is L1%, and no individual content is less than 1 minus 0.01 multiplied by L2, the whole again multiplied by M, and no individual content is more than 1 plus 0.1 multiplied by L2 and the whole multiplied by M. In this case, the overall acceptance value should be within 15% and no individual value should be below or beyond the value obtained in the calculation. Here L2 will be 25. For L2 stage, the calculations may be simplified as follows. No individual unit is less than 0.75 m%. That means the calculation is 1 minus 0.01 multiplied by 25, the whole again multiplied by m. That is 1 minus 0.25, that is 0.75 multiplied by m. No individual value is greater than 1.25 m%. Here also this calculation is 1 plus 0.01 multiplied by 25. The whole resultant is multiplied by m, that is 1 plus 0.25, that is 1.25 multiplied by m. So to make it simple, the values should be overall within 15.0 and no individual value should be less than 0.75 m and no individual value should be more than 1.25 m. I hope that this brief explanation is useful for your understanding. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please do subscribe, like and share. Also, please leave a message in the comments box for any further support. Thank you.